All right, welcome to our last review video for our quizzes in the fundamentals. And this, of course, is dealing solely with the lecture on Mormonism. And it's going to be very small quiz. All right, I think there's only 10 questions. It is all short answer. And so let me give you a few ideas of things that may be on there. Obviously, I'm just going to give you a bunch of information, and you'll have to determine what is on there. Of course, we mentioned the fact that Mormonism was founded by Joseph Smith Jr., and he is known as the founder of Mormonism. Of course, he was quite a character. We mentioned the fact that he was illiterate until he was an adult. His family was known for occult practices. They were fortune tellers, dreamers, vision seers, and there was plenty of people that signed an affidavit saying that they were very immoral people. How did Joseph Smith meet his end? Well, he was lynched in 1844. He was in jail for destroying a press as well as adultery, and many of the local men did not like what he was doing to their wives. We also mentioned Sidney Rigdon. He was an ex-Baptist preacher who got involved with the teachings of Alexander Campbell. Later joined Joseph Smith Jr., and he is what we would say is the probable writer of the Book of Mormon. He had the theological background, and so he is probably the one that wrote the Book of Mormon. We also mentioned different people involved in Mormonism. We mentioned the three witnesses, and they're called the three witnesses because they claim to have seen not only the angel that gave Joseph Smith the tablets, but also saw the golden plates or golden tablets as well. Of course, those three characters were Martin Harris, Oliver Cowdery, and David Whitmer. And of course, we mentioned that all three of them were excommunicated from the Mormon Church. And so none of them basically ended as Mormons. Martin Harris may have gone back to being Mormon at the very end of his life, but all of them were excommunicated, not very good witnesses. We also mentioned the 8 witnesses, and these 8 witnesses were people that claimed to have seen the plates. They didn't see the angel, but they claimed to have seen the golden plates. And one thing that we noted about the 8 witnesses were their last names. Literally all of them were related. Most of them were either Whitmers or Smiths, and I think the one that wasn't a Whitmer or Smith, Page, was an in-law to the Whitmer family. So all of these people were family, not a very wide range of people. We mentioned the fact that Mormonism, besides the Book of Mormon, has 2 other books that they consider Bible, and there's actually another one that we didn't mention, but the books Doctrine and Covenants and Pearl of Great Price, those are also considered by Mormons to be on par with the Bible. We mentioned the fact that Mormonism has a lot of non-biblical beliefs. Of course, we mentioned the fact that they believe that their priesthood, it really is over everything, including the American government. They teach the idea that Adam is the god of this world. They teach the fact that Joseph Smith was a prophet, even though he had a lot of false prophecies. Of course, we mentioned the fact that the Book of Mormon itself, claims to be another revelation of Jesus Christ. The Bible clearly says that there are no more revelations after the Bible, and yet it claims to be that. We mentioned that the Book of Mormon was actually plagiarized from 2 sources: the King James Bible and a book called Manuscript Found, given out by Solomon Spaulding. Sorry, got a little bit of tickle in my throat. And of course, we mentioned the fact that it's pretty well founded that it was plagiarized from those 2 ideas. We mentioned the fact that Mormonism believes in several false doctrines. We didn't get through all of them, and we'll finish those Thursday. But we mentioned the fact that they believe that God the Father was a man at one point in time. He was a good Mormon that exalted himself to being God. And so we mentioned several different things there. And I think that takes us up to the point in which we will end on this quiz. and looking forward to seeing you on Thursday for our last day of lectures.